Productive when I do stuff standing up, but I'm gonna do a quick crying corner episode talking about like self-image and stuff like that, because I've had a lot of issues with self-image recently, and so I just feel like talking about it is probably gonna help me out. I'm a Leo, so this is how this usually goes, but also I'm gonna be doing it whilst doing other things, because I feel like I sit down and I talk and I'm like, did that really go anywhere? And I just feel a bit more productive if I'm doing things. I just wrapped 2 presents that came in the post for my best friend and my little sister, and I'm excited to I'm just gonna decorate them with strings. I'm gonna do my best friend's one in pink and my sister's one in lilac. Same color as my nails right now. I think I've had a lot of like image issues recently, partially because of trauma. And also partially because I came off of the pill. And I've had like a really long discussion recently with a friend of mine where I'm like, the pill is not a contraception. It is a medicine for people like me who have PCOS and endometriosis. That just happens to be a contraceptive. But that's a whole other scenario. I get very angry in that conversation. But got the scissors. Been off the pill, as you guys do know, unless you're new here, in which case, hi. There's too much context for me to add right now, but I've been off the pill for 4 months, and it's been good, better than I thought it would be, but it's also been shit. And reason for that is, coming off of the pill, I have gone back to having absolutely no appetite at all. So like, if this conversation about self-image and eating or weight, things like that, is at all triggering for you, this is not the episode for you. I was born underweight, and I have always been underweight. Like I think there was only one moment where I feel like I was a normal weight. Probably maybe wasn't even then, but I gained weight at the beginning of 2020, before COVID even happened. And I think it was just because I was happy. I'd just come out of a relationship that wasn't making me happy, and I was in a really good place. My studies were going well, I had my best friends, my family were well, my family from America came around to the UK, so I think I was just in a place which was happy, you know? Oh my god, it didn't tie well. How am I supposed to do this? I'm not understanding. Why can I not just tie a fucking knot? So yeah, I think I was just happy, and so I also had a conversation with the same friend who I was speaking about with the pill, where I was like, we spoke about how we emotionally eat, and how also, for me, eating is not something I like doing. It's a necessity. Like, I know I need to eat to survive, right? But it's not, so it's like, I don't eat because I enjoy it. How cute! Can you guys see that? How cute is that? Okay, one done. I gained a little bit of weight. It was still up and down, as it usually is with someone who has PCOS. I gained a little bit of weight when I got on the pill. And I reached a weight and also boob size that I was perfectly content with, and I wasn't having many issues with my weight. I still was insecure about it a little bit here and there, but it wasn't like I was having actual issues with my weight. Whereas now, the weight that I put on the pill, I have put off of the pill. So my partner and my friends, and I've spoken to my family about it as well, and it's just, I want to go back on the pill for so many reasons. One, health reasons. Obviously it is a medicine for my conditions. If you're not aware, the reason I had to come off of it was because I started to get a prolonged migraine during the summer, so they had to put me off of it in case I was about to have a stroke. But because my migraines are going and my MRI came back clear, I can go back on it, I assume, after my medication for my migraines. So yeah, I want to go back onto it because my periods, although they've been better than when I was 17, when they were awful, and when I was 18 I got hospitalised and they put me on the pill for that reason. They are better than then, however they are still not great. And so my PCOS affects me daily. It's affecting my attendance at uni. It just affects everything. It really does. It really just affects everything. And I'm sick of it, and I just want to go back on. Oh my god, I'm struggling because I have acrylic nails and it's annoying me so much. Also because I have lost my appetite, as I usually do when I'm off the pill. On the pill, I have a bigger appetite, but it is usually a changed appetite, by which I mean it changes what I can and can't eat, which also has its, shitty aspect to it. But at least I'm eating. What is going on? What am I not getting right here? I'm actually getting fucking pissed off. Do you see what I mean? My mood swings are awful as well off the pill. They're bad anyway, but on the pill I feel like they're just a bit more stable, and off the pill they're just crazy. Oh, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. It's a shit knot, but it's a knot. You can't see it over there, can you? I did it, kinda. You can't even see the fucking string. It's there. Anyways, it's gonna have to fucking do. So we're gonna move to the kitchen. So I mean, I've always had a thing around being flat-chested. Again, like I was saying earlier, trauma is partially to do with why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. Where the fuck is the light up? Having your fair share of men in your early years, men, I say men, they were boys, and they probably still are fucking boys, say things about your weight being unattractive, or growing up in a society where being flat-chested, like being skinny was in, but being flat-chested wasn't. I grew up with so much shit. It was, we have a new pot. Oh my god, that's such a cute little pot. I want to use the little pot. I just felt inadequate and I felt unattractive, and as a Pisces moon, love was like the most important thing to me, and I thought, I still have the thought, that being these things makes me unlovable or not sexy, which is just weird and fucked up. But I am, in love with someone who doesn't think that way of me at all, obviously, and not once has made me feel insecure in that way, where it's like you're unattractive because of your weight, or like he shows concern when I say shit like I eat out of necessity and not out of because I want to and I don't enjoy it. But he doesn't make me feel unattractive, which loads of other men have. And it sucks because also you don't want to turn around and say, oh, a man made me feel this way, or a man said this when I was 12 and I'm 20 and it's still affecting me in this shit way. But it does, which is weird because like at the same age, 12, like from like 10 to like 16, I had the same shit spewed at me, which was, you're skinny, you have big teeth, you are flat-chested, you are too tall for your age. I had a crazy growth spurt when I was young, so that's where that one came from. You are very pale, like just all this shit really spewed at me, and not many of them stuck with me, and maybe that's because I grew out of those things. I'm now I'm 5'7", I'm the average height for a woman, I believe that's the average height, I don't know, maybe I'm making shit up. And I'm not as pale, I'm still pale, but I'm not as pale, and I had braces, and that just saved my ass on such a level, in so many ways. This little pan, this little pot is good. Let me show you guys. It's so small. I love it. But yeah, I think maybe because I grew out of those, I'm just like, oh, whatever, like that didn't stick with me or traumatize me as much. But I've always been whatever you want to call flat-chested. I have boobs. Like, there are some girls who are like quite literally flat-chested where they do not have much boob at all, like zero. And so I'm like, I do have boobs. I'm actually a fucking C cup. You just wouldn't guess it from what I wear. But partially a C cup because my rib cage is fucking wide, which has always been the case. I have wide feet, but they're tiny. I'm 4.5. So I've always just kind of been like miniature. Like everything about me has just kind of always been miniature. And I don't have it so much, like that much insecurity around like my ass, for example, which I know so many girls do, because I have a nice ass. I have a peachy shaped ass. I like my ass, and no one ever really commented on that for some reason. But I do have hip dips, which make me look from like this way on. You can see that I have wide hips, but I have hip dips, so it doesn't look like I have the biggest ass. And that for a long time also made me very insecure. But I kind of got over that as well, more so recently. But yeah, there's so much issues for me around my weight. And all I fucking eat is this fucking soup. Because it's the only thing that tastes good to me when I'm off the pill and when I'm on the pill. And I don't want to do takeout every day. But if I had the ability to, all I would eat is Chinese food. So like, you know, as sexy as I feel these days, which, you know, I'm a Leo, I do, I still feel like I seek validation sometimes. And I don't like that. And I don't think I've ever said that out loud, and I hate it actually. But most of the time it's actually validation from myself. Like I have an expectation of myself to look a certain way, and if I don't look a certain way I start to feel gross. But I feel like that's kind of normal. Like no one wants to go out looking like shit, so it's just kind of like, where do I win here? You know, I don't have an issue with my face. I don't have an issue with my hair anymore. I grew it out because I hated it short, even though I wanted it short because I was having a gender crisis. And then I cut it, and then it looked disgusting, and also I didn't have any hair care whatsoever. And now I've grown it out. I feel gorgeous. I love my hair. I just have an issue with my weight. And it's just like, and I know being skinny is in, and you can't have issues if you're skinny. Bitch, have you heard of an ED? Have you? All I want is chocolate, and when I was on the pill, I couldn't eat loads of chocolate for some reason. But I also couldn't eat fish, which I love. It made me like gag if I went near fish. But I still feel that way with fish ever since coming off the pill. So I'm just in a place where it's like, I don't think I'm ugly. I just have an issue with how I feel in the body I have. And I love my body. My body is a vessel. I love what it does for me, even when it is full of chronic illness. But I wish it looked a little bit better. Or healthier, a little bit healthier, let's put it that way, not better, healthier. I wish my body looked a little bit healthier, and I know that's not an issue really, but I think because all of those issues stem from trauma, guys, society, it's hard to unroot all that and unlearn all that, and it's shit, and I hate it because all I fucking eat is soup. I don't have much else more to say. I think crying corners are really just me ranting instead of like trying to give advice. I think I'm the one that needs advice in these scenarios. But it's like, I love my body and I don't think I'm ugly ever, really. I have moments, but I don't really ever think that. I'm just insecure about being an unhealthy weight, even though I was born underweight. So this is my natural weight. But no matter what I do, I can't gain it. The only thing that helped me gain was being on the pill. And also being really lazy. Like sitting on my ass every day doing nothing helped me gain weight because I ate so much. because that was like a hobby after a breakup. So I just want to sort my eating out. I want to sort my health out. My partner knows this. Everyone knows this. But I think these videos are like, if you struggle with it, you're not alone. Even if it's like the complete opposite and you want to lose weight, or I just looked up and it's 14:14. See, you're not alone. It's gonna rain even though the sun's just come out. I can see the clouds. But everything is gonna be okay. You are not ugly even if you are unhealthy. You are just unhealthy. And you can get healthy from being unhealthy. It's just a process. And I think that's what I need to tell myself as well. So I'm gonna go eat this. Pat on the back for me for trying to eat something. Even though it's 2 p.m. and I haven't had anything. I love you guys. If you related to this, let me know. I don't know. Maybe I'm chatting shit. I hope I haven't been insensitive either. But I will see you in next week's video. Mwah.